Hello everyone, it's me, the Insane Gentleman Gamer Phoenix. Not too long video today. I kind of wanted to do a just random talk about video, but I figured I don't have that much content for one of those, and my channel probably isn't big enough to have one of those. So I figured I would pair that with Kerbal Space Program. Last time you saw Andre, the giant-ass space station. Basically, my goal has been to try and establish a moon base from said space station, and I think it's been like a month or so, probably, maybe a little more, since I actually played this, so might, if I act a little befuddled, you understand why. There it is. No, that's the Minmus one. That's the one thing. There it is. No, that's the probe. Dang it! I had this thing. Where'd I put that thing? Heck. This is it? Well... No, that was the probe. That was the probe I was gonna put down, so I could actually explore the moon and stuff. Okay, well that works. Anyway. But yeah, basically, I'm going to try and make a base on the moon, but first I'm gonna get a rover so I kind of have a point of reference, so I know where to put said moon base. Still gonna try and do that career mode, like the hyper hardcore mode career that Mags TV actually did. Seems like a really fun concept, but I'm going to fail like crazy when I try and do it, so, you know, no guarantees that anything will actually happen. But, yeah, let me get this thing building real quick. As soon as it loads. Actually been having fun. World of Tanks just released patch 9.12, which has a couple of interesting new little tanks. Like, they basically just did something completely crazy with the tier 2 and 3 American TDs. They basically took those, made them to a tier 3 and 4 SPG each, and then did a thing where they, like, have a brand new tier 2 SPG and tier 3 and 4, no, tier 2 and 3 TDs. So many acronyms. But, basically, a whole bunch of changes in, like, low tiers and that stuff. Alright, where'd that thing go? Transport, that's the hotfix. I actually had to do a hotfix on this. I'm not sure if I told anybody, but I actually did have to do a hotfix on that. There you are. Let's see, I've tried this once before and completely failed, so let's build this thing. Fast forward it a little, and boom. So yeah, close that. Wait, what? Is it, why am I, don't tear down. Build the thing. Resume the build. Why am I tearing it down? Wait for it. There we go, finalize build, that's what I want. So now we have this tiny little thing, yada yada yada, yes, release! Alright, so now, this thing not have, no, I guess not. Does it have power? Yeah, it has power. Oh, no wonder. There we go. I'm a derp. There we go. Get away from Andre. But, yeah, lately there's been that, and then I ended up getting into the closed beta test for Crossout, which is, Gaijin is, I think, not sponsoring it. They're not developing it, but they're, like, producing it, I think. But basically, you know, insert graphic here. There you go. But it actually has been pretty fun. It's basically like, it's closed beta, so I can't say too much about it, but I will say this, it's basically like build your own Mad Max machine. It is pretty fun. As in, you know, I don't know how, you do a lot of fun stuff, and basically, if you take RoboCraft and mix it with Mad Max, you get that. So it's a lot more realistic and stuff. but it is fun. And so when it goes into open beta, I hope to actually have some footage on that as well, because that's going to be interesting. So now, I haven't done this in a while, so see if I remember how to rendezvous with the moon here. Hang on, a little less. Too many beans. There we go. Can I do it? Right. Alright, hang on. Hang on. Let's say... There we go, extra orbit. So now, there we are. That's carbon apoapsis. Where's the moon? Why not? Okay, I am. Oh, alright then, anyway. Yay, so 2 days until that point, so we'll just go ahead and set that up. But, I have solar panels I can do on this thing? Or does it just have a generator? No, it just has a generator, never mind. But yeah, Crossout, that seems like hella fun. It's really fun, like, just... I started cackling. There's one certain thing that you can do that I just started cackling when I did it, and I was just like, this is going to be a very fun game, as long as they can, you know, not take it the way of War Thunder. But Gaijin is not actually, you know, they're just producing it, so I have hopes, and it looks fun, and I've been having fun with it. You know, can't show any footage yet, but I hope that I can do so later on. Anyways, trying to get lined up for this moon burn here. My freaking rocket will cooperate here. This thing looks a little dinky because it is kind of dinky, but basically what I have going on here is I have a landing... crud, what's it called? Like a landing structure there, legs included. And so basically this thing goes to the moon, lands, drops off this rover in the bottom, and then launches back and goes straight back to Kerbin where the parachute deploys and, you know, it's picked up and all that jazz. It has, I forgot it has the little air brakes, so basically as you're hurtling through the atmosphere you can kind of slow yourself down. The frame rate is still complete crap because Andre is still right over there, so let's just time warp a little bit. Like Rocky Horror, do the time warp again. Become a very big fan of that musical. As in, actually went to, there was a musical theater event celebrating the 40-year anniversary of Rocky Horror, I believe, and it was amazing, and I had a lot of fun doing that. You know, went there, had a blast, dressed up like Frankenfurter. That was interesting. Oh, there we go. We have frame rate again. So I'm just going to take the easy path here and just go warp to next maneuver. La-di-da-di-da. Still have electricity because I have a generator on the probe that's powering this thing as well. There we go. But yeah, so let's see if we can actually land this thing on the moon this time. Because, you know, last time basically I tried it and I landed somewhat. Dropped the probe off, ended up completely screwing it up, and everybody died, and it was not fun. So, yeah. Moving right along. Another day, another data. Another day, another probe. And... wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. There we go. Oh! Uh-oh. Nope, wrong, wrong. Wrong, right, okay. Feels so wrong, but it's oh so right. Anyway, that's that maneuver. And we go over here, we go zoom in a little. Whole thing, I like back when I played this game a whole heck of a lot in like sandbox mode and stuff, before I got back into it, I was like such a pro at moon transfers and stuff like that, and then, like, I know the whole principle of docking is basically the same as like getting to the moon, but with less gravity. And I still just haven't been able to do it. But, you know, whatever. It has been a crazy week, and I'm committed now to actually putting out more consistent videos. So, there's that. crap, you little... Turn over. Turn this way. There we go. But... hang on. Yeah, what else was there? There was that, I know, I might be actually getting Elite Dangerous soon. I know I said that I had interest in that, but with, you know, opportunities coming up soon, I might actually have enough scratch to end up getting Elite Dangerous, which would be awesome. I'll start putting videos out on that if I get, you know, the time to do that. Basically, like, it's getting to that point of the year where everything gets hectic and, you know, everybody's running around trying to do everything before Christmas. And so then, after that, it'll actually be like, okay, Christmas, take a little break, then come back refreshed, you know, have a few other things happening, like schedule will be changed a little bit, but, you know, I'll actually be more relaxed. I won't be as high-strung, you know, running on coffee and hot chocolate and whatever, what have you. But, moving along, this is what happens. I just start rambling. Didn't mean to ramble. Turn to that guy on Monty Python. Oop. Oh, now this is nice. This is the light side of the moon. I'm gonna land here. Did I burn here? Can you burn me now? Actually, no, this is going to be a more complicated process, because what I'm going to have to do is get this thing in orbit, and then I'm going to have to switch to this satellite, and this satellite will tell me where the resources are, because you don't want to put the moon base down in a place with zip resources, because then that's just kind of stupid. Then that's just basically saying, hey, we can land on the moon. But you can't actually do anything with the moon base. You want to actually have the moon base be functional, otherwise you're just wasting time and resources by putting a few people up there and saying, hey, we can live up here. Hello, now bring us back home because we're running low on food. Food? Food. Food and fuel. Interesting mashup of words. But, moving right along. And burn. Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. Hey! There we go. Yeah, close enough. Close enough for government work. So now, we move to this satellite. This satellite is nothing special, but it actually has a few of the fun things like the resource scanner and stuff on that, like that on there. So, toggle the overlay. Did I have carbonite? I don't have carbonite. Hang on, let's see. Okay, we'll just go with carbonite then. Okay, there's a nice crater right there. Let's see, there's this crater on this side, right over here. Or up a bit. We can land up a bit. Let's see, there's that. What else is there? How about, where's water? Let's do water. Oh, that would be perfect if I could just land on, like, the rim of that crater right there. Okay, so right around here. That would be easy. That wouldn't require too much maneuvering. I could set the probe down, maybe go up to here. Something like that. Alright, sweet. So, back to here. I can switch to that. And boom. So we're going to try and set it down just over here. So let's say, slow your roll a little bit there, and then go up a little, slow your roll a little more. Actually, I need to scoot these back. You want to be very careful with these because you don't want to just completely plop down on somewhere that you didn't mean to plop down onto. A little more normal, a little slower. Okay, this case. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. That works. That would actually work. Okay. So now we have some sort of entry, I guess. Whatever. We have plenty of fuel. I do believe. Oh yeah, we've got some fuel. Oh no! Stop! You. There we go. There we go. Moving along. Ta-da! Okay, we're good now. We're good. We got it all lined up and stuff. Let's warp to the next maneuver. Why is estimated burn NA? Oh well. Land on the moon. Gonna be trying and putting up a little more World of Warships content, because, like, there hasn't been too crazy much happening in World of Warships, so I've kind of been focused on everything. Well, I've been focused on, like, life events, because, you know, that pesky real life that always keeps cropping up and getting in the way of gaming. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, certain things like that. Actually been getting involved in some, acting type things, which is pretty fun. Oh, wait, that was way too early. Hang on. Breath, and there we go. You know, it kind of helps in front of a... I guess in front of the camera, this isn't really a camera, though. Well, I mean, it can be a camera. But, yeah, getting into acting things, like improv, stuff like that, really actually kind of helps with, like... Oh, crud. Not with piloting the spaceship. Doesn't help with piloting the spaceship. Hang on. Why did I not put RCS on this thing? Ah... If I put up another Kerbal Space Program video and my vehicle doesn't have RCS on it, please leave nasty things in the comments saying you're an idiot, you need to put RCS on your spacecraft. Because it makes them so much easier to control. But, yeah, basically coming up with things on the fly, you know, commentary, things like that, it actually really helps. So, and apparently I have a knack for it, from other people have said. But, been actually being able to get back into Dust recently, and oh my gosh, that it won't be released, you know, probably for another few days, but like the latest Dust video that I recorded the other day just kind of was feels, and it made me sad, and it also made me want to keep playing the game because I'm like, excuse me, I'm like 40% through it, and I want to finish it because I want to see the ending, because hopefully it's going to be an awesome ending. Oh, and I screwed that up. No! How am I looking trajectory-wise? Not that bad, not that bad. I do need to slow my roll a little more. There we go. Oh, that is perfect! Oh, that is perfect. Oh. Oh, goodness, what's happening here? What is happening? Ah. Bunch of spacecraft maneuvering later. There we go. Oh, that was a big one. I'm actually gonna start trying to play Spooky's House of Jump Scares. You know, if you've seen the new intro video, there was one failed attempt because the audio mix was all out of whack, but like basically nothing happened until about room 40, and then there was one jump scare, and I like almost tipped my chair over. Like, it freaked me out. So you get to watch my little pansy scared ass try and play Spooky's House of Jump Scares, which that's gonna be fun for me. Like, I ended up realizing that it's basically different for everyone that plays it, so I indulged in watching Markiplier playing it. Oh boy. I'm in for a treat. And also, I'm in for a treat if I can keep this landing angle up. That looks good. Here. I guess we'll do a jump cut to when I'm closer to the ground, and you guys can actually watch me try and land my sorry little spacecraft probe on the surface of the moon. So, jump cut. And jump cut. Okay, so now, we're back. That was weird. It was like a solid, probably 5 or 6 minutes of me just sitting here in silence, just mumbling to myself while I waited. Alright, but we are getting pretty close to the ground. Hopefully not going to smash into it like a rotten egg. Do you guys ever do that when you were kids, like egg drop experiments, where basically you had to get styrofoam and, like, you know, packing peanuts or something like that? And you had to basically get, not hard-boiled, you know, raw egg, put it in a bag inside this thing, and then drop it off, like, the 3rd floor of your school building. Basically, we had to do that as kids, and it was really fun, but the parents hated it because it was a lot of work. It was like, you have to find the materials, you have to put the materials together, because we're, like, you know, 5th graders, probably. We're youngins. We're, you know, here we are. Oh, yeah, we get to drop eggs. And meanwhile, the parents are like, oh, crap, they're going to do this again. But it was pretty fun, actually. Coming in at a bit of an angle here. Nothing to worry about. I'm trying not to burn all my fuel yet, because honestly, if this thing doesn't make it back to Kerbin, then it's unmanned, so no huge skin off my nose, because, you know, plus this is sandbox mode. I'm basically just trying to get the probe down. If I can get the probe down, then that's awesome. But, anyway, yeah, egg drops. Those used to be all the rage. And then something happened, I don't know, like, today it seems like you can't do anything without somebody complaining to the school board or something. Well, one, they have the zero tolerance policy, so those are always weird as heck. And then, you know, there's always the overprotective parents, the people who are like, oh, I don't want my kid doing that because he might accidentally, you know, get salmonella from the eggshells or something. And it's like, what the heck are you talking about? Ooh, that looks nice. But, go ahead and put my landing gear down. That looks amazing there. Ooh, crap. There we go. But, like, I don't know, it seems like, well, one, you know, hypocrite that I am talking about this, all these video games, like, you know, have basically kind of taken kids away from going outdoors and doing things and being creative and stuff. And I'm probably one of the few of, like, the last generation that kind of grew up without technology. Like, I'm glad I grew up before the internet. Even though, you know, I embrace it fully now, otherwise I wouldn't be on here making videos. But, oh, thank you, autosave. But, yeah, it's basically just, like, you know, we have kids doing all these things on, like, their iPads and stuff like that. It's like, you know, get off and enjoy nature for a bit. Which I should probably do, except that it gets dark at, you know, 5 o'clock now, because EA winter. But, yeah, it's just, like, there's so many fun things that used to happen that just kind of don't happen anymore, because the world has gotten more cynical. Anyway, that dose of sadness aside, let's hope I don't smash into the ground here. This looks perfect. Like, this looks amazing. You don't even understand. I'm coming down basically straight on. I'm not going insanely fast. I just have to make sure to punch the engines at the right moment so I don't just completely toast myself. Also, I'm going to put that on because I don't want to slow down and then suddenly, you know, die. We'll firewall it a bit. See, we are drifting a little. We are drifting a little. Let's go. Just a little bit of a burn. A little bit of a burn. Okay, we got plenty of fuel. The land seems fairly not steep. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Sorry, this is tense for me. Oh, crap, crap, crap. Too much. Too many beans. Stability assist. Let's just do that. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way thrusters, wrong way thrusters, wrong way, wrong way. Abort! Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, now we're going up. No, we're not good. Now we're not good. We're not good anymore. Oh, crud. What are you doing? Oh, perfect. Oh, look at that. Okay. Ooh. There we go. Straight down. Oop. Oh. Oh, little bounce, little bounce. Yes! We made it! We made it, everyone! Okay, now we hit the magic button, and whoop! There goes the rover. And so, we take off. Ah, heck, let's just burn it. Yay, we have the rover on the moon, in hopefully the best spot ever. So, yeah, that actually worked. I'm proud of myself for that. Wait, no, wrong direction. There we go. Wait, hang on. There we go. No, normalize, there we go. Probably not even gonna make it this far, but heck, let's just, do all the whole getting out of the atmosphere. Atmosphere? The moon doesn't have an atmosphere. Getting out of the SOI of the moon thing. 424 on 103 fuel. Ah, heck. Let's do this! Even though this thing is probably going to crash and burn, this little bit right here. But, it's unmanned. It's not recoverable, it's replaceable. Not like Kerbal. Those guys... Many other people, kill Jeb and stuff. I actually have this weird idea in my head that I want to keep my Kerbals alive, so if I create something that's just about damn near suicidal, I'm going to make it unmanned, because technology in Sandbox mode is cheap, and I don't feel like having to hunt down more Kerbonauts, because it makes me sad when they die. Nope. And there goes the fuel. Woohoo! Alright then. Nope. That arc, though. Alright, well, that's going back down into the moon. Alright, well, in that case... dude. Nope, no nearby object. I can focus on this guy. Alright, in that case, we're gonna go here. We're gonna switch to him. So, bye, Dropcraft, you're kinda... gone. Alright. Wait, is this... Are they technically considering that a drone here? Nope, it's the same thing. Huh. Alright. Yep, brakes. And let's deploy the antenna. It said deploy the antenna. Oh, there it was. Hey! We have a probe on the surface of the moon! Yay! Hooray! Look at that awesomeness. Alright, hang on, where's the... Is it F2? Yes. Look at that. Look at that awesomeness. There's your thumbnail right there. Alright, well, I guess that concludes this little episode, this little trip to Kerbal Space Program. I will be trying the hardcore career mode. Keep an eye out. I'm going to keep my Dust replays going. I'm going to keep World of Tanks, World of Warships compilations going. Things like that. I hopefully, once Crossout comes into open beta, I'm going to be doing Crossout stuff. So just keep an eye on my channel if you guys are looking out for that soon. Don't know when Crossout's going to go into open beta, though, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, you guys take care, and I will see you next time. Stay true to yourselves.